Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to talk about history of, I don't know where, but yeah, history of art. And this is now the lesson 2. So in our first topic, we talked about what is humanities, what is art. So just a simple um, explanation as to what is art. Now we are going to talk about history of art. So this will be just a simple topic, and I will just maybe read some things to you, and I will just give the link down below for you to continue reading about the history, because I can't waste your mobile data by just explaining everything, but you can just really look at it in the internet, or maybe a screenshot or a photo. Okay, so that is for the history of art. So again, what is art? Art is basically just anything around us. And also, art is the study of aesthetic objects and visual expression in historical and stylistic context. And anything that is around us really is art. Again, I am an art, you are an art, we are all an art. Klaro kayo nga happy ko. Char. Grr. Okay, now since we are done with art, let's talk about a little bit of the subject of art. So what is a subject of art? So subject mo ba na siyang math, science? So naalugar math ug science ang art? Dili mga best, char. Pero pa best is sir. Ay bago di kong alot, and yeah, mura gibinuangan akong alot oh. Grr. Okay. Happy ko. Okay, subject of art, or this refers to the main idea that is represented in the artwork. Okay, again, subject. So when we say subject, it is the main topic, right? It is what is being shown. For example, today our subject is art. So mao ato ang main topic. It is the main course. Kung pagkaon pa na leksyon na siya. So subject of art is, again, refers to the main idea that is represented in the artwork. Now, we have one, still life. So what is a still life? Still, from the word itself, still, like still. It is a collection of inanimate objects arranged together in a specific way. For example, for example, this popcorn. So as you can see, inanimate siya kay di man siya galihok. As you can see in the picture, so this is also an art. As you can see in the picture, inanimated man siya, but they are arranged apil na ang bowl to make an art. So it's that simple. So next is landscape. Landscape is the landscape is the natural scenery such as mountains, cliffs, rivers, and etc. So diba we talked about nature not being an art. But really, again, art is being made by us. So kung unsa ako ang perspective sa mga langit, sa mga mountains, then ako siyang gidrawing, so that will be an art, di ba? It's that simple. And when we say landscapes, mo to siya mga natural scenery, ato mga mountains, mga cliffs, mo na siya ang sa landscape. Di na nato siya libog-libogon. Okay, next is we have nature. Okay, nature. So, ang nature, dili siya art, but it can be an art in way of it being focused or the view or a focused view or interpretation of specific natural elements, just like the trees, the mga plants, and anything, the river, anything that you can see sa nature. So man na siya. We also have portrait. Portrait is an image of a particular person or animal or group thereof. So mo na siya sa mga ID. Mo nang ginaingon nila nga portrait. Mo nang maingon sila nga kung mapapicture mo landscape portrait. So maingon po tag portrait kay itong mga nabitaw mga passport. Hayag kayo kay udto karon nako sa nako sa CSU. I'm shooting this video sa CSU nga kaning I forgot what this is called, pero kung nay maglabay-labay sa akong kilid, pasag din na lang na ninyo. Okay, we also have abstract. So what is abstract? Let me just change something about, maybe some of you know about abstract, but naamag uban nga ilang pagsabot sa abstract is dili masabtan, gubot, kuris-kuris, but no, abstract follows something or it follows kanang pattern bitaw. It has a pattern. Although you can't understand it, but it has a pattern. For example, you are drawing a face. Kung mag-drawing tag face, di ba, lang, circle for the eyes. Bulag-bulago na to. But for abstract, there is this thing, I forgot what it's called, but yeah, mag-imo siyag eyes. Isumpay niya sa isa ka eyes. Isumpay niya himog nawong, kuris niya, ana siguro, padulong sa imong baba. Like, continuous bitaw siya. So, okay, abstract is a non-representational work of art. Yeah, wala siya gina-represent kay mura man siya, abstract siya. Wala kay siya, dili siya masabtan sa mga ordinaryo nga tawo. Nga nabitaw, kung kamo masabtan ninyo akong naong karon, kana, bright mo. Now, we, again, baliko na ko ang, subject of art. First, we have still life, landscape, nature, portrait, and abstract. Now, I want you, so for your first online class discussion, okay kana, I want you to answer this question. Among the 5 subject of art, which, just choose one. Unsa inyong pinakagusto nga, for example, if you are a photographer, you are an artist, or you are, let me say, a painter. Unsa man inyong subject of art nga pilion. For example, I am going to choose nature. So what's your purpose if you're going to choose nature? For me, I will choose nature because I love nature, and nature speaks for myself. Nature is so stress relieving. Ano bitaw? Okay, again, for number 1 discussion, for your first discussion, choose a subject of art and explain why you are going to choose it if you are an artist, a painter, or anything. If you create an art. Okay? So that is for the first one. Now, let's proceed to the purpose of art. Supposedly, the purpose of art has motivated and unmotivated. But I will just generalize the purposes of art. But I will link down below the 2 sides, which is the motivated and the unmotivated. I want you to read that, and this is for your second thought. For your second discussion. Your first one is the subject of art, right? For your second part is for the purpose of art. I want you to explain the motivated purposes of art and the unmotivated purposes of art. Okay, that is for your second online class discussion. Sige, let's go on to the generalization. So art has had a great number of different functions throughout its history, making its purpose difficult to abstract or quantify to any single concept. So maglahi-lahi ang purpose sa art. And man pwede nga ang purpose na sa art is for you to express. Yes, we understand that you want to express, but other people don't want to do art because they want to express. They do art for a living. And kana lahi-lahi gid ang purpose sa art. Dili pwede nga isa ra ang purpose sa art. Okay? It's just like beauty, no? When we say beauty, di ba, beauty is relevant. Oh yeah, no, not relevant. Beauty is relative, not relevant. Beauty is relative. When we say relative, it means, balik ko na ko, What's beautiful to you may not be beautiful to me. So just like in the purposes of art, if inga na imong purpose, sa uban dili inga na ilang purpose. Mura inga na bitaw, simple as that. Now we also have introspection and different levels of contemplation. And this is to produce thinking. To produce thinking. Why? Why can art produce thinking? Of course, ma-imagine man ninyo ang isa ka butang, you will think of something that you want to make. Hindi man na pwede nga diretso ra mo buhat. Ano bitaw ka ng lugar ipabuhat ta mo og assignment, mukit na mo. Di ba? Kung maghimo mo art, you're going to what you're going to do first is you think. Really hurts. Nga na bitaw, dili siya diretso. You need to think. You produce thinking, you produce imagination. Dili siya pwede nga diretso. Again, one purpose of art is to produce thinking. Pampabright na siya mga best, mga bay. Now, but I will also link down below some, balik ko na ko, purposes of art for the motivated and the unmotivated. Okay, for balik ko na ko inyong second activity sa online class discussion is you're going to differentiate motivated to unmotivated and explain both. Nadungagan no? Pero nadungagan siya. Explain motivated and unmotivated and differentiate the both. Sorry, kay dagan na kayo mong buhaton. Sige lang. This is for your own good and I hope you will understand it. Sawadee ka naman nun. Now, we are going to talk about the art history timeline. In this section of our discussion, I won't. This will be just quick, quickie lang, yeah. Kadyo tara ni siya kay igo lang nako basahon ang slight lang kay dako kay siya makuha sa inyong mga data no. I will just link down below kung aha mo pwede makabasa aning timeline sa toong art history. And anyway, you don't really need to learn everything sa ato ang timeline kay focus ta aning history sa art sa Philippines. Okay? So we are going to talk about the Stone Age, Mesopotamian, Egyptian, Greek Hellenistic, Roman. We also have the Indian, Chinese, and Japanese, Byzantine and Islamic, the Middle Ages, early and high Renaissance. It's not Renaissance, guys. So I have a teacher, Sir Robert or Teacher Robert. He told me it's not Renaissance. So I have been living my life a lie. It's not Renaissance, it's Renaissance. Okay? Again, read with me. Renaissance, not Renaissance. Okay, that is for your word of the day. And lastly, we have realism. Okay, we have the Stone Age. So again, di na ko basahon tanan so as not to take up all your data. So I will just flash anything or everything here. Makita ninyo kung kuan background nga ga. Mga ano. Ano murag water ba? Snacks ako gamay. Okay. We have the Stone Age. So ang characteristics sa Stone Age is dito na belong to mga cave paintings, mga fertility goddesses. Wow. Fertility, when we say fertility, it means kanang say ko English ani eh. Basta kanang sa pagpanganak bitaw, kanang ano mo maburos manganak bitaw. Kay na may uban sa una mga baog, but they are praying to gods and goddesses that they will be blessed with a child or saba. So diha po tong mga megalithic structures. We also have Mesopotamian. So sa Mesopotamian, makakuha na siya 3,500 BC to 539 BC. Ito mga warrior art and narration in stone relief. So if you want to see examples, here's the thing. I can't show everything here since I am trying not to get, I mean, sa inyong mga MB bitaw di ko gusto mahurot siya. So If you want, you can read everything about the history of art. Ayos ba? Okay, also have Egyptian. It is art with an afterlife focus. Nandito po itong mga pyramids and the tomb. It's not tomb, it's tomb painting. So katong mga mummy, kung makakita mo na sa ilaha bitaw, mga mommy, yes papa. Eating sugar, no papa. And we have the Greek and Hellenistic. Greek and Hellenistic, it is between 850 BC and 31 BC. So, nato dito mga Greek idealism, the balance, the perfect proportions. Kanang perfect yung bitaw, like straight kaayo, kanang mga building nga na bitaw, like it's boring, char. Di siya boring. Pero yeah, di na butang sa Greek and Hellenistic. We also have the Roman, Indian, Chinese, and the Japanese. Okay, so much for that. We also have, okay, let's move on to the arts in the Philippines. So, Philippines, as you may know, is a very big place. Big place. Gamay man siya compared to other places, but it is big in a way that we also have our own arts. Like, we have two. In fact, we have two. We have traditional arts and the non-traditional arts. So let's talk about, baby, let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Okay, traditional arts. So it means kung traditional siya, sa ato siya. Traditional arts, we have one. We have the folk architecture. Dito mga stilt houses, land houses, and aerial houses. So dito siya sa under the folk architecture. So I will be showing pictures after this one. We also have the maritime transport. So when we say maritime, of course, it's in the water. So natin mga boat houses, mga boat making, and maritime traditions. We also have the weaving. So weaving, ito ba ng anak? Di ba dili man? Weaving is, natin mga example, ito mga, mga kahoy nga basket. But don't worry, I will be showing pictures. Basket weaving, backstrap loom weaving, headgear weaving, and fishnet weaving. So dagan kay klase sa pag-weave, no? Dili lang siya katong kahoy kanang rattan bitaw. Not just rattan, but also kanang mga fishnet and the likes. We also have carving. Wood carving, and folk non-clay sculpture. So ang carving dili na siya sa kahoy, no? Supposedly, if we are going to have our face-to-face class, I am going to let you try to carve a soap. I don't know if you have tried it, pero carve ninyo ang soap into something. Maybe a dove, a bird, a cock. A chicken. Okay, a chicken. Wala na siya sa carving. So for examples, now here we have folk architecture. Folk architecture, di ba? May yung folk architecture, dito mga stilt houses, land houses, and aerial houses. For one example is the Bahay Kubo style Quezon birth house. Now, for your third and final, tulo na ako ihatay sa inyo ha karon sa ato ang online class discussion. I want you to differentiate traditional and non-traditional arts. Okay? Just explain what you know about it in the online class discussion. Okay, let me repeat the 3 things you need to do during this week. First is the the subject of art. Choose any subject of art that you like if you are going to be a painter, an artist, or anything that makes an art, and explain why you would choose that subject of art. The third one is for the purpose of art. Differentiate the motivated and the unmotivated, and explain each purposes in motivated and unmotivated. And lastly, for your third activity, I want you to differentiate traditional arts to non-traditional arts. Is that good? Agree tayo dito. Okay, let's go back. We have folk architecture, Bahay Kubo style in Quezon. This is a birth house. So, kubo. Normal lang nga kubo. We also have the maritime transport. Maritime transport, balangay reconstruction. So, kan diri itong mga barko nga paghimo, no? So, balangay is, diri siya sa Pilipinas. So, narao ilang gi-reconstruct. So, it's so nice. Wow. Nara, weaving. So, this is a Kalinga textile used in skirt. So, kanang mga makita ninyo nga mga malong, mga sarong, mo na siya ang example sa to ang mga weaving. And you know that it's hard. And lisod gid siya, dili siya madala lag kamuton lang bitaw. They use something, if I don't know if you've seen such, pero yeah, weaving is hard. Ito bitaw ng kahoy nga ibangga-bangga ninyo. Example lang na siya sa weaving ha, textile na siya, but we also have katong mga basket bitaw. That is also an example of weaving. We also have carving. Carving is just simple to understand. Carving, we have an example here from San Agustin Church door carvings. So dugay na gid kay ni siya, no. Kanang mga kita ninyo sa inyong mga balay kung na may prutahan, lisod sagwa may prutahan. Even a simple glimpse of carving, gamay lang nga pag-ana, duk, it's already considered carving. We also have the non-traditional arts. Class, in traditional arts, there are a lot of things that needs to be discussed. But, again, these are just pahapyaw lang. So, I will still link down below or magdungag ko sa atong presentation. But at least, you are going to understand the difference of traditional arts to non-traditional arts. We have non-traditional arts. Non-traditional arts, we have one, dance choreography, and dance performances. Now, you already understand what dance is. Kaya I know, kabalo mo siguro mong TikTok tanan, no? How you like that? We also have music. Again, this is non-traditional na ta. We also have music, natin mga musical composition and musical performances. Maybe I will be, okay, let me show you a video of us dancing. So this is our practice. So kung ano siya, this is an example of a dance. Kamo na rin bahala pangita sa kung ano. Lantaw sa mo mga kajot lang. Haon ako. Pangita ako ninyo, ako na rin nga side on. Ay, dili ba? Mana. We also have theater. Theatrical direction, theatrical performance, theatrical production, and design. I, for one, is a physical education teacher, so I have tried everything, and not everything, but maybe murag ka itong mga pinaka-importante nga kuan sa PE. Nakatry ko og sports, of course. I've also tried dancing, muna siya folk dance, nakatry ko folk dance. And also music. Nakatry ko compose og akong song. I also tried piano. Anything you can think. We also have rondalia and such. Dagan gid kayo. In theater, I also tried doing theater. And what's the difference with theater and dance is that ang theater, ang nahitabo sa mo ato is it's a full show. Like sa isa ka adlaw, ikaw-upat na mabalikon ang play. Like kadyot ra to siya pero exhausting biya kay. So gikan 8 to 12 ikaduha na mo i-perform ang theater and it's very exhausting. And pag gimi paniod to kay of course mag-retouch pag human paghapon ikaduha na pod nya pag human kay Yun yung pagkaon kay bihon. Pero anyway, that's still food. Thank you, Lord. Sorry, Lord. Lami ang bihon. I love bihon. Also, we have visual arts. Visual arts. Visual, so makita ra ninyo. Visual arts includes, but not limited to, painting, non-folk sculpture, and the like. So, any mga non-traditional arts no na mention, I've already made mention to this one sa ato ang past discussion. But if you haven't seen our video, I will link it down below for lesson 1. So that is all for today. I won't be giving examples or pictures sa dance, music, theater, and visual arts anymore. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Let me remind you of your online class discussion and sa inyong ano sa ba? Other things nga inyong if you have questions, you can comment it down below or you can ask it in the group chat. So, thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.